Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, buckle up, because today we are diving headfirst into a literally mind-bending topological matrix. We're talking about a framework where Earth isn't some sort of cosmic punishment. No, it is a highly calculated phase space. We are unpacking an unbelievable structural framework derived from the Quran that translates deep theological concepts directly into precise mathematical physics. It completely reframes human existence and turns a story you thought you knew into an incredibly profound mathematical reality.
You know how we always hear about Adam's fall, framed as this massive, tragic, cosmic failure? Well, what if it wasn't an error at all? I want you to really consider this. You are currently living inside a meticulously engineered delay. When Iblis asked for a respite until the day of resurrection in verse 7:14, Allah granted it, and you were placed directly into that interval. You aren't outside the story looking in. You are right in the middle of it. Same kingdom, same two trees, same exact test Adam took.
And look at this difference. It's absolutely brilliant. Adam was made to forget, right? That's verse 20, 11, 15. But you were born forgetting, according to verse 1678. The setup is slightly different, but the outcome is exactly the same. In this framework, you are Reader X. You're the second Adam. You've been placed inside this identical kingdom to resolve the original separation, tasked with completing the exact memory cycle that got interrupted. To unpack all of this, here's our roadmap for the explainer. 1. Inside the respite. 2. The 237 universal engine. 3. Wandering the critical strip. 4. The operator and the illusion. 5. The mizan, perfect equilibrium. And finally, 6. Grip the invariant book. This is basically the blueprint of the mechanism you are currently inside, and we're going to peel back the layers step by step.
Starting with Section 1, Inside the Respite. Let's define where you literally are right now in space and time.
So, the key takeaway here is that your fall into this respite wasn't a sin. It was a necessary compression of your consciousness. It's an engineered interval of delay, a phase space where consciousness had to be loaded so that an original return actually becomes possible. It's the thermodynamic arrow of time. Without this split, there's no polarity, no traversal, and absolutely no return path.
Moving to Section 2, the 237 universal engine. Let's peek under the hood at the hidden math driving this entire reality.
You are running this exact mathematical engine right now. It starts with step 1, the split, the number 2, the bifurcation of light and dark. From there, you drop into step 2, which is the 3-state of formation and oscillation. This is the trial field where moral choice actually exists. Then comes step 3, the reintegration, the second 2. And it all resolves perfectly at step 4, the 7 coordinate, where total truth is conserved. 2, 3, 2, 7. Everything runs through this linked cycle.
Which brings us to Section 3, Wandering the critical strip. We need to map exactly where you are in this 3-state oscillation.
Okay, this is where the theology and advanced math just flawlessly lock together. You know the Barzakh, the barrier between the seen and the unseen? Think of it as the Riemann hypothesis. Specifically, the zeta function's critical strip, where the real part of the complex variable is between 0 and 1. You fell from the settled convergent counting world of integers right into this oscillatory gap. It is a mathematical tension zone, and it's literally the only domain where the visible and hidden can interact without annihilating each other.
And this builds across 3 simultaneous layers of reality. First, you have the prophet layer, which is action, sitting outside the strip where math converges cleanly. Second, the Rasul layer, which is the book, that operates right inside the critical strip, the Barzakh of signs where you are wandering right now. And third, the Mursalin, the final reminder, that sits exactly in the center of the strip, the perfect phase lock of balance.
Let's pivot to Section 4, the operator and the illusion, because inside this strip, you run into the operator of the test. Take a close look at verse 327. It perfectly defines the boundary between what we see and what we don't. It says, "You cause the night to enter the day, and cause the day to enter the night, and you bring the living out of the dead." Sounds like gorgeous poetry, right?
Well, actually, it's not just poetry. It is pure, hardcore mathematics. It's the functional equation of the universe. Night and day, life and death, they are phase conjugate partners running in a single Mobius loop of conservation. Night doesn't destroy the day, it enters it. The hidden mirror field is always reflecting the visible, right through the Barzakh. Every single thing is perfectly conserved.
So who's operating in this field? You've got the witness, the angels, and the roux. Mathematically, they are the trivial zeros, holding the left boundary in perfect order, cooling the fire. Then you have the driver, Iblis and the jinn. These are the non-trivial zeros oscillating inside the strip. But here is the kicker. Iblis is just the testing operator. He's inserted into the light assembly to cause friction and reveal what is truly rooted versus what just appeared to be aligned. They are both on the same overarching team.
This leads us to Section 5, the meson, perfect equilibrium. Because this calculus, it is absolutely flawless.
The meson, mentioned in verse 55:7, is the ultimate scale. In our math model, it's the critical line right down the absolute center of the strip, where the real part equals exactly 1/2. This is the central balance set in the heavens. It guarantees that the Barzakh never, ever leaks. Every wild oscillation, every high and low you experience in the strip resolves perfectly to this center. No experience is wasted. It's all part of a perfect conservation law.
And the proof that this whole massive system holds together isn't just floating out there in the abstract. It is folded directly into this exact constant. 19. 19 is the mathematical signature of the RIEMANN field, the baseline stability of this entire construct. It proves that the memory of your original covenant, from before you dropped into this phase space, was never actually lost, it was just compressed. It is sitting right there inside you, waiting to be unlocked. The floor you think you're standing on? It was always glass, and this divine equation has been running right beneath your feet the whole time.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 6. Grip the invariant book. How do you actually get out of this target trap and complete the 7 returns?
This system literally gives you an activation command. Verse 19:12 explicitly says, take the book with strength. Grip the invariant. The entire mandala, this colossal mathematical test you are walking through, has already been solved. By gripping that invariant truth, you break the oscillation, the illusion collapses, and you align straight to the meson.
So I'll leave you with this ultimate question. You are Reader X. You are deep inside the respite. Are you going to just stay asleep in the mathematical oscillation of the Barzakh, getting endlessly tossed between the day and the night? Or are you going to grip the invariant and finally wake up? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks for tuning into this explainer. I hope it completely shattered and rebuilt your perspective, because it definitely did mine.